I believe it's the single most transformational experience that a student can have.
I studied abroad in the Netherlands.
For my study abroad, I went to Dankook University in South Korea.
I studied abroad in Barcelona, Spain.
I went overseas when I was 16 years old. That was my first trip. I went to Japan.
I studied abroad in Newcastle, Australia.
It was last summer that I went to England for the first time, and it was a great experience. So I'm looking forward to bringing students this time.
The Ferris mission statement talks about preparing students for our rapidly changing global society. We do this in two ways. The first is through education abroad. Education abroad is a great way to develop an in-depth understanding of a different culture than our own. When I talk with our students who have returned from education abroad, these can be life-changing experiences.
Students who study abroad always come back and say, that was one of the best things I have ever done.
Sometimes, I think the biggest thing for students is awareness. There's lots of opportunities out there, there's lots of scholarships, there's ways to study abroad more affordable and in places non-traditional.
Every student should go overseas. I know that oftentimes they see the obstacle as being financial. Most students are open to going somewhere, but it's the financial part that really gets to them. I mean, I think that for anybody, it's a challenge.
I believe that the study abroad is a very good way for students to explore a little bit beyond what they are used to.
The Gilman Scholarship is offered to students who receive the Pell Grant. They can apply for this scholarship for either a semester, a year, or even just 4 weeks going overseas. So they have to do a minimum of 4 weeks in any one country, and they can be awarded up to $5,000, with the average being about $4,000. One of the things that we really promote is My Place, which is a student leadership position in which American students lead groups of international students in discussions and projects and help them to develop their English proficiency. And so it's a very interactive program, and the students can earn between $400 and $800 each semester.
You do not need to know a foreign language in order to study abroad. We have a ton of programs where that's not needed, and a lot of programs that aren't just foreign language or foreign culture studies, and that's a common misconception.
But in our program, the one to Costa Rica, it would be beneficial if you know Spanish a little bit, at least 1 year, to have some background, because you will be able to communicate better, and understand your family, because students stay with host families rather than not knowing any Spanish at all. But you can join if you don't have much proficiency.
As far as studying abroad goes, I really encourage, when you're studying abroad, to kind of do some self-exploration in the country. Like, it's really good to follow the structure that companies or Ferris might put out for you, but when you explore by yourself, it really gives you an opportunity to see like day-to-day life of the people that live there. Whereas if you follow a structure completely, it's more like a tourism experience.
I think just to look at it with a very open mind, and don't think, oh, I can't afford that, or, oh, it's an experience beyond what I would ever hope to be able to experience.
Do your homework. I think, there's a lot, it's tricky because on the internet there's a lot of information. Consult with an advisor, consult with somebody that's traveled abroad, lived abroad, studied abroad, because really it's just getting you the right resources, the right tools, and really narrowing down where you'd want to go. And like I said, just be prepared, but also be prepared enough to just kind of let things happen. I think some of the best situations you get in abroad are just random, kind of just being open to the flow of things in your local culture. and the flow of ideas, and really take in as much as you can from the other culture. Let it be a learning experience for you.
I think that if you don't do it now, probably later you won't in life. And just do it, don't think about it too much.
So when they go and study abroad, it changes them completely from the inside out. They get to experience all kinds of different things culturally. They get to experience different things educationally. They find out a lot about themselves, and they find out a lot about how they interact with others.
I enjoyed my experience more than I really thought I would. It was a great opportunity to just step out of my comfort zone and really immerse myself in a new culture and improve my Spanish, and to see some sights and be in Europe, which was of course good.
Changed my life. It's why I am where I am today.
Study abroad has affected me in the way that with my job in the Office of International Education, I better understand what our students are going through as far as culture shock, so I can better help them if they need any help. And as far as my classes, my own personal experience, nothing makes you more confident in yourself or sure of yourself than navigating through a train system that's all in Dutch. Yeah, you really have to get it together and be certain of where you're going at every given time, and that definitely helped me. And I talked to all sorts of different people as well, so I feel like my communication skills are definitely better.
The best we can do to grow and to become more enlightened people is by broadening and educating ourselves. And I don't think there's any better way than to get into another culture and actually experience that culture.
I guess my best advice, if there's anyone considering studying abroad, I would say just kind of disregard any doubts that you have about, classes conflicting with your major, or a time frame or money, and just meet with the financial aid office, meet with the study abroad office, and just see what they can do for you. Because even if you can't do a semester, you can't do a full summer, there's always the 2-week trips, and there's always something, and I think it's really worth it.